Time seriously flies. It has been 6 months since my last confession. If you're here for a specific project, check out the description box down below for timestamps. Otherwise, grab a drink, sit back. You are in for a long one. Welcome back to my channel. Or really, should I be welcoming myself back to my channel? It has been 6 months since my last video. So really, the question you might have been asking.
Where have you been?
In essence, I am an overcommitter. And back in April, I committed myself to things to the point that other things started to slip. Especially my makeup usage, panning projects, and my channel. Honestly, over the last 6 months, I have probably worn makeup less than 2 handfuls worth of time. So my panning has gone out the window. I definitely never intended to be gone for 6 months, but 1 week turns into 2, 2 months turn into 3, and here we are. 6 months has flown by. It's been half a year and I've hardly worn makeup. I haven't posted on Instagram, and honestly, I've not even been watching YouTube. I went through this weird stage where I kind of felt like, how can I be watching these things that I'm being lazy at participating in? I don't know. Maybe it was like I thought if I wasn't watching them, then the whole YouTube world wasn't moving forward without me. Either way, there was a wagon. I have fallen completely off of it. Though at this point, things have not really slowed down in my world, I do want to start prioritizing my hobbies and self more. So here I am. I've been back to wearing makeup for the last few weeks, and I've definitely been missing panning and posting. I've even started watching YouTube again, which is just lighting that fire. And I've been getting right into the bookish content. But that leads to the question, where do we go from here? Because I walked out and left the lights on, there are a few projects still in need of a tidy little wrap up. We will be getting to that in a minute. And as you've probably already seen when you clicked on this video, it is a long one. Though I am going to be continuing with a few different projects, including my reading challenges, Pan More with Feeling, Project 333, and my trash talk videos. We're also going to be doing a special video for Dude You Panned My Battleship that I am playing with Samantha, but you'll see that in about a month or so. So until the end of 2024, those are the videos I'm going to be focusing on and releasing once a week on Wednesday. I am considering putting out a plan to pan style video and potentially a series on my health journey / weight loss journey that I'm about to commence on. Please let me know down in the comments if that is something you're interested in following along with. But we've only got 2 months left of 2024. What about 2025? In 2025, I am planning to revitalize my channel with videos and series focusing on a few different topics. I'll obviously be sticking with some panning and bookish content, but potentially also decluttering, weight loss / health, and budgeting. Let me know down in the comments what you are interested in seeing. I'm also planning to post at least 1 video a week, and to shake it up a bit, depending on the theme or the content of that video will depend what day it is posted on. For example, makeup / panning videos on Tuesday, well-being videos on Wednesday, bookish content on Thursday, something like that. I'm definitely keen to hear your thoughts and potential day suggestions down in the comments. If I am getting a lot of interest in my 2025 plans, like I said before, I will probably do a plan to pan style video. But I guess to add to that, please let me know down in the comments what projects or content you are interested in seeing on my channel in 2025. So that's where we've been, where we're going. Let's wrap up these projects.
Okay, everybody, that's a wrap.
I'm going to be running these project finales by how they're written in my handy dandy notebook here. I am going to be running through every product on this list. I'll be noting if it has already been completed previously, and if I don't have it on me, I won't be able to show you because, as always, things go missing. Because this video is already going to be a long one, and really it's going to be kind of like a quick fire look at all my products. I'm not going to be putting up any of that information with weights and uses or anything like that, especially because since finishing up or dropping off the face of the earth, I haven't really been taking any tallies. So even if I did use up products, I was not tallying any of that use. So we're just going to kind of say, yep, we still have that product. No, we don't. And I am rambling, so let's just jump into it. And first up, we have my 35 While I'm 35 project. This project was created by me, though I'm imagining a lot of other people have thought of this concept. And the goal was to use up 35 items from my collection while I was the tender age of 35. So it was running from November 14th till November 14th, 2024. First on the list, we do have the OXX Bath Fizzer in Sea Swell. That was already used up. Then we have the Nourishing Hydrating Leave-On Night Mask. I have not touched that at all. The Organi Manuka Honey Peel. I've used that product once and I do not know where I have left it. We have the LA Rouge Posay BB Cream. I've only used this product once. And we have the Berry Scented Body Lotion. I have not used this at all. However, I have mixed it in with a product we'll be talking about in a little bit to try to, I guess, franken some products together. So you can't really tell here, but from where I'm sitting, it is now down to about here, but not because I've actually used it up. I've just frankened it. Then we have the Dermal Therapy Heal Balm. I haven't used that at all. Then we have the Coconut and Peony Clay Mask. I haven't touched this one. We do have the Asano Shampoo and Conditioner. I have finished both of these items. The Dr. Dennis Gross Eye Serum. I have used that up completely. Lux Botanical Hand Sanitizer. I haven't finished that. I have had some use out of it, but I'm not actually sure where I've left it. Then we have the Q-Tex Care Nail Remover. We have had a little bit of use out of this, but I really haven't been painting my nails. And honestly, like everyone knows, I'm a nail biter. And during stressful situations or times, I nail bite. So my nails are definitely looking a lot worse than where. Then we had the Impulse Tease Body Spray. I've used that up. And the Golden Apple Perfume. I've also used this one. We have the I Heart Revolution Sugar Scrub Lip Scrub. I've got quite a good amount of use out of this, but I am yet to finish it. Then we have the Sally Hansen Hard as Nails Strengthener. I've used it a bit, but definitely I need to get some more use out of this. And the same goes for the Sinful Colours Quick Dry. There's still a bit of product left in here, but this is quite close to being used up. And it's getting a bit tacky, which is never any fun. We have the CR nail polish in gold. I've hardly used this at all, and it's definitely got a long way to go. Then we have the Sally Hansen cuticle eraser. I've had a bit of use in there, but like I said, I haven't been painting my nails, so not any continual use. Then we have the Maybelline Face Studio Chrome Jelly Highlighter. So I had been quite close to using this up. However, it started to really dry out. So in my infinite wisdom, I decided to mix in some moisturizer. As you can see, it's now full, and use this more like a glittery body moisturizer. Since frankening it, I haven't used it at all, but I am looking forward to hopefully being able to get this used up and moved out over the summer period. Then we have the Maybelline Dream Matte Blush in Burgundy. I did manage to hit pan on that, but I don't have it on me. Same goes for the MCO Beauty Invisible Matte Powder. I also hit pan on that one. Then we have the NARS Bronzer in Laguna, and I have hardly used this at all. So it's only just been touched. I definitely was nowhere near hitting pan. I did use up the Maybelline Great Lash Mascara. This one I finished up, as well as the I Heart Revolution Strawberry Milk Fixing Spray. I've used this one up as well. I've also used up the Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. However, I don't know where that empty has gone. So, it's disappeared, but I did use that up. Then we have the Mode Brow Tint. I still have a long way to go with this. I am wearing it today. It's still not my favorite, but it's still got a long way to go. Then we have the Nutrimetics Defining Eye Pencil. I have used this a handful of times, but definitely not very much progress. And then we have the Essence Lip Base. I haven't really used that very much either. We have the Colourworks Whip Lipstick in this weird gold colour. It is not really my favourite, and I haven't really worn it very many times. It's really this pale gold colour, and it's a bit more of a better as a mixer. I'm not a huge fan. This might be on the chopping block for 2025. Then we have MAC Lip Tensity in Stallion. I have been getting some use out of it, but it still definitely has a long way to go. I'm a massive fan of a black lipstick, but black is definitely the type of product that has a time and a place. Then we have the Lana Lips in Perfect Nude. I haven't really been getting much use out of this one. The Essence Perfect Matte Lipstick in Popular is the one I keep in my work bag, so I don't have it on me. I've been getting an okay amount of use on it the last couple weeks, but really it hasn't had much use over the last few months. Then we have the She Glam Perfect Pout. This is one of those click up lip glosses. This is what it's looking like. It gets very hot here in Australia, well, especially where I'm living, so it has had a few little melty moments, so it does get a little bit gross, but I really do enjoy this product and the color. Then we have the Nude by Nature Lip Balm in O2 Nude, and I've also misplaced that, so I haven't had much use on that one either. So those are all my products from my 35 while I'm 35 project. I have had an okay amount of goals reached. I do think that if I had continued my amount of usage over the last 6 months, I would have definitely reached a lot more goals than I have. But it is what it is, and I'm happy to finalize this project now. Let me pack up this lot of stuff and we'll jump in to my next project. And our next project is the Day of the Dead project. This was created by Jen at Project Beauty and Kim from Teacher Loves Beauty. I'll have both of them linked down below. And this project runs from the 2nd of November 2023 until the 1st of November 2024. It is a project that utilizes double prompts, and you can't roll in a new product until you've reached both product goals for the 2 double prompts. For this project, I was only working on 3 double prompts at a time, and I didn't have very many products that I hadn't reached my goal on. But let's jump in with our first product. So the first prompt was for A, which was orange, which is a product with orange packaging, orange in the name, orange flavor, scent, whatever. I do have a chapstick that I was using for this product, an orange scented citrus chapstick with orange on the packaging. I don't have it with me because it is also in my work bag, but it is still going strong. I think I only have about this much left though. Then 4B was sun, so a product with sunscreen in it. I have been working on this Mecca Cosmetica 4-hour water resistant sunscreen, and by working on it I mean I've used it a total of like 3 times. I am not very good when it comes to sunscreen. That is definitely something that I need to start working on going forward. Then 5A was red, which is a product with red in the name, red in the packaging, red of color. And for that, I was working on this lipstick. This is a Priceline Special Makeup model. This is a Models Prefer Priceline Sisterhood lipstick called Sarah Jane. It is this gorgeous red color. My goal was to use it 10 times. It is the lipstick I'm wearing today, and I'm not 100% sure, but I would say I've definitely used it over 10 times. 5B was the Blood of Life, which is a product you can't go without in your makeup routine or your daily routine. I picked this AC on Tour Australis palette, and I was working on a powder, just a face powder, and it was this one here. I did hit my goal of using that up last update. So I have actually managed to complete a double prompt, which was for 5. Then prompt 6A is the shade yellow, which is an item with yellow in the name, yellow in the packaging, blah, blah, blah. I've been working on the I Heart Revolution Banana Split Radiance Primer with vitamin C and E. This is obviously yellow, and the product itself, if I can show you, yep, is a beautiful yellow gold color. My goal was to use this 20 times, and I honestly don't think I used it even once. 6B though was Marigold, and that was a product that has flowers on the packaging, flowers in the name, etc, etc, scent, you know, floral scented, all of that. I was working on this Paradise Escape Red Plum and Freesia body spray, and I have completely used this up. I can't get that last little bit out, so this is completely used up. I was also working on the double prompts 21A and 21B. The prompt for that was to watch Day of the Dead, A Celebration of Life, that documentary, and also conduct some self-care while you did so. I have not watched that documentary, and I did not do self-care while I watched it, so I did not reach my goal on that prompt. I literally just said that I could not find this chapstick. This is the Total Hydration Fresh Citrus chapstick. I've actually finished it. It was in my empties bin, so it's not in my work bag. It's done, it's dusted. That prompt is kaput. I really did enjoy this project. I don't know if it's coming back for next year, but this was really a fun project to get involved in, and thank you Jen and Kim for creating it. I'm sorry that I wasn't able to give this project the time that it deserved. But let's move on to my next project. The next project is my Project 5 Uses Switch Edition, and this project was made with all good intentions. I started it in December 2023, and my goal was originally to use my Switch games 5 times, with one use counting as 1 hour worth of use, and that was definitely not happening. So then I changed that goal and said, okay, let's just use it 5 times in general, be that use 2 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes. One time I pick it up is classed as a use. So I started trying to do that, and honestly, that was a bit of a flop as well. I did have 5 games that I had rolled in. Those games are 2 Point Campus, Donkey Kong Country Tropic Freeze, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, Sonic Mania Plus, and Crash Team Racing Nitro Fueled. Honestly, out of those games, I only touched 2 Point Campus, Tony Hawk, and Sonic Mania. I have not, and that was only for about 2 uses each, and I didn't touch the other games, and this whole project was a flop. So I'm happy to be finishing this here. I do need to, I guess, invigorate myself to use my Switch games more. I am collecting these games but not using them, so I really do need to get more into it. I love having them, but I need to use what I have. Obviously, I have a collector personality. We need to be working on that. But this one is cancelled for now, and let's go on to the next project. And the next project is my Pan That palette and my Baby Pan That palette. Pan That palette was originally created by Amber F. Obviously, I'll have her linked down below. I decided for 2024 to focus on my Revolution, the Emily Edit The Needs palette. The Emily Edit is a collab project with YouTuber Emily Noel. I'll have her linked down below as well. But this packaging is broken, so I decided to try to use up this palette. This palette is a mix of face products and eyeshadows. Obviously, I have given it away. I haven't really managed to use anything up outside of Shadow Love down here. But I am pleased to say that every shadow in this palette now has pan. I'm actually also using all these face products on my face today, as well as this one in my crease, and this one as my eyeshadow primer, cover, sealer type shade, and this one in my brows. So I am getting use out of it, and I do think that if I had put that focus into it for the last 6 months, I definitely could have used this up. But I think I just really need to start afresh, which is why I've decided to stop this project now, re-look into it for 2025. Do I do a pan that palette? Don't I do a pan that palette? I'm not really sure if I'm going to continue with a pan that palette or not. Let me know down in the comments if you would like me to do pan that palette. But this is now, you know, rolling out of any project. Oops. I had also decided to start a baby pan that palette. I was inspired to do it by Paula from A Beauty Guru Made Me Do It. I'll also have her linked down below. And the whole concept was to essentially use a palette that is 5 shades or less until it's used up, and then roll in a new one. And it would kind of not work in line. It would work in line with my Pan That palette, but would continue on at the end of the year. However, I just think at this point to cut my losses and start afresh with this project. Though I was working on this Essence Counting Stars highlighter and eyeshadow trio. This is in the shade 01 Make Your Own Magic. This is where we got up to. I am wearing it on my eyes today. I will say I brought this into the project thinking that, oh, it's a neutral palette. That would mean I would get a lot of use out of it because you can use neutrals whenever. And yes, I am wearing neutral eyeshadow today, and I have been wearing a lot of neutral eyeshadow while getting back into wearing makeup. But to be honest, neutrals are not my go-to. I don't really use neutrals at all. I'm definitely more of a bright, a lot of rainbow type shade makeup wearer. So this palette actually wasn't getting heaps of use. I am quite happy with how much it ended up having in it, but this palette was definitely going to be in for the long haul. So I'm not sure if I'll continue with a baby pan that palette or not. Let me know if you want to see me continue with this palette going into next year, but at this point I'm just calling it all quits. So that is where I got up to with my pan that palette. I think overall I'm really happy with the outcome I was able to get, especially hitting pan in all of these shadows and managing to finish up one shadow. This one was already done before I started this project, which means I think going forward into the future, if I do end up using this palette either again as a whole or specific shades for specific things in specific projects, I will be able to move it out of my collection semi quickly. So yeah, that's my finale for pan that palette. So then we have the Pan Those Eyeshadows project. This project was created by Alexi, who I'll have linked down below. Alexi has not been recording or posting videos as of late, but she's still got up all her old videos, so you can go and check those out. The concept of the Pan Those Eyeshadows project is that you roulette style bring in eyeshadows, you work on them until you hit pan, and then you roll them out and get a new one. I this year had decided to incorporate the prompts because I am a lover of the prompt concept. The prompts that was created by Lainey, I'll also have Lainey linked down below. Make sure you go and check out Lainey's prompts and also her Pan Those Eyeshadows series. It is well worth a watch. So I decided to bring in the prompts, so I would roulette style select a prompt and then pick an eyeshadow to match those prompts. And I was working on 4 eyeshadows at a time. In addition to this, as part of this project, I had a monthly focus palette where I would roulette style bring in a palette for a month. And in that month, I would create a look a week using just that palette. So I generally would end up with about 4 looks in a month using only that palette as my eyeshadow. And the concept of why I was doing that is because I have a lot of palettes in my collection that either have one eyeshadow that's been used for a project such as Pan Those Eyeshadows, or palettes that have had no shadows used at all. So I just kind of wanted to share the love throughout my collection. Obviously, that did not go very well. But let's start off by discussing my last focus palette. This is the Essence Summer Days and Nights palette. This is, when I can open it, this is what it looked like. And I did use it for one look. I don't think I've got that picture, but according to my notes, that was back in April, and I used, I think it was this shadow, this shadow, this shadow, this shadow, and this shadow down here. So I imagine it was probably a look turned out similar to the one I'm wearing today, but that was my last focus palette. Outside of that, the prompts and shadows I was working on were as follows. My first prompt was a yellow matte, and for that I had brought in my LA Splash Classic Horror palette, and I was working on the shade Toxic, which is this one just here. As you can see, there is a bit of a dip in there, but no pan. I do enjoy this palette. The shades are quite lovely. Let me give you a swatch of it. This is it here. But they are a little bit powdery and a little bit chalky. So both good and bad. Strangely enough though, I will say, considering how chalky feeling these shadows are, I have hit pan down on this one down here on Zombie, and it takes a lot of use before you hit pan, which seems so strange considering how powdery and chalky they are. Then we had a shadow that starts with X, Y, or Z. For that, I brought in my W7 Total Eclipse palette, and I was working on the shade Zodiac, which is this one up here. As you can see, I did manage to hit pan. According to my notes, it took me 15 uses. I'm not 100% sure if that's correct, but we do have pan. Let me give you a quick swatch of that one too. That's it here. These shadows, the pans are quite thin. So I do think that if I put some effort into it, I would probably actually be able to, that's what that shadow looks like, pan this palette reasonably quickly. Because yeah, like I said, these pans are quite thin. According to the packaging, it says there is a total of 18 grams in this palette. So I do imagine that each little eyeshadow, considering that there is 18 of them, have only got a gram of product in each of them. So like I said, I hit pan on this one. Then we got my most expensive palette, and I pulled in my KVD Metal Matte palette and the shade Vault, which is this, where is it? This one up here, this glitter shade. I have not managed to hit pan. According to my notes, I haven't used this at all. This is what it looks like. It is a gorgeous shade, a deep dark burgundy. Yeah, no pan, no nothing there. Last but not least, the prompt was a shadow that starts with V, and I pulled in a shadow from my Sample Beauty, the Equalizer Volume 1 palette, and that was the shade Vitamin, which is this one over here. My notes say I've used it 4 times, and definitely no pan. That's it there, and it doesn't really have much use to it, like maybe a little bit of a scuff, but nothing worth writing home about. So that is it for my Pan Those Eyeshadows project. And now we're back with the Deck of Panning project. This one was created by Emily and Max, obviously linked down below. And Emily was inspired by a booktuber named, I think it's Books with Maddie. I'll also have her link down below. She took a TBR game using a deck of cards and turned it into a panning project. It is a fantastic project. I have enjoyed doing it. I love pulling in new prompts using the cards, but I didn't get much goals hit this time around. So when you use the cards, there's a game board. You get the card, and the card relates to a prompt on the game board. Those prompts change on a very regular basis. And then you picked a product that selects that prompt. Like I said, I'm a lover of a prompt project. So the first prompt was gemstone, color, name, packaging inspired by a gemstone. For that, I had pulled in the OXX Quartz Blusher. This is a real peachy tone. My goal was to hit pan. I definitely did not manage to do that. And this packaging for this one it does not click in properly. So I definitely think that like this is a product I want to focus on moving out sooner rather than later. Then the next prompt was a cream or liquid product. I pulled in this Panicure Diamond and Metal eyeshadow. It had started to dry up. So I had this really great idea of putting a little bit of isopropyl alcohol in here. I thought like it would work in the same way that it works with an eyeshadow, that it would then like, you know, evaporate. You can still smell the alcohol in this. And the one time I have used it, I kind of felt like, it's very pretty, but I had felt like it burnt my eyes a little bit. I know I should probably declutter this. But I'm probably not going to. Yes. I know I do not make smart choices. The next prompt was favorite color. You will probably already know my favorite color is green. So for that, I'd pulled in this LA Splash Presents Classic Horror liquid lipstick in the shade Monster. It is this gorgeous army green color. Let me just pull it out. There it is there. That's it right there. I have only worn this once since bringing it into this project, so not my 10 uses I was aiming for. The next prompt was a pick your space on the game board prompt. I decided to go with a Franken shadow. So for that, I brought in my Maybelline Burgundy something. I'm not sure what this was called. Burgundy. It was like a little quad that I broke, so I ended up frankening the shadows together. I have about 2 pans that look like this, and my goal was to use this up. As you can see, it is not completely used up, so this will be staying in my collection. And my last prompt was pencil, a pencil product. I didn't really want to bring in a lip liner or an eyeliner or anything like that. So I brought in this Emco Beauty lip crown. I think it's in the shade Bliss, but the little shade has come off what it is. It does kind of smell a little bit like a crown, and it definitely looks like a crown. That's the shadow color there. It is a lip product, sorry, not a shadow. I don't mind it. I've been working on it. I would like to work this one out of my collection. So that is all the products for my deck of panning project. So with that, I'll pack all this up and we'll move on to the last project we'll be discussing in this video. Now, the last project we're going to be discussing today is the Out the Door in 24 project. This was created by Deb B, who I have linked down below, and this round was named by Little Gemini Doll, who I'll also have linked down below. It is a fantastic ladies collab. This project was split into 2 parts. So the first part is that you select 24 products at the start of the year that you would like to move out of your collection. The goal is that if you do not use them up by the end of the year, you do declutter them. Because I have not really put the time and effort into this project this year, 6 months of no, action in this area, I feel like it is a bit unfair for me to now declutter all these products. So we are going to be decluttering the products I didn't hit goal on, but that was part of the project. However, Deb had said you could make up your own mind of what you wanted to do at the end of the year. The second part of this project was to declutter 24 items every month. These items did not have to be makeup products, they just had to be any item from your home. And I was actually doing quite well with that portion of this project. However, like I said, I have done nothing in relation to this for 6 months. So we still have a lot of products that are hanging around and I haven't really been doing any decluttering. So I'm going to run through the products that I have left. I'm going to note whether I actually touched this product at all or I haven't. And really, I think they need to start looking to be on the chopping block in the next year or so. I really do hope that Debbie is going to be bringing back another type of out the door project for 2025. But at the moment, Debbie hasn't been posting much, so I'm not sure where she's kind of sitting in her panning goals either. But let's jump in to the products. I did have some crossover between this project and also my 35 while I'm 35 project to, I guess, kind of try to help move some of these products along. Obviously, that did not do the trick, but while pulling out my products for this project, I did find my Manuka honey peel. This is also in my 35 while I'm 35, and really I haven't touched this product at all. So this is that product that's been hanging around for a long time that I keep saying, I need to use this, I need to use this, I need to use this. Well, guess what? I need to use it. Then we have the Nivea 1 Minute Urban Skin Detox Mask. I also haven't touched this. As you can see, it's still got its little plastic wrap on it to stop it from leaking. So no usage there. Same goes with my Anko Leave On Night Mask. I did not do my May Mask Challenge this year, so a lot of these masks didn't get much use. I've also got my Anko Watermelon Lip Mask, Overnight Lip Mask. No use on this one either. And embarrassingly, the same goes for this Australis Australian Creams Vitamin E Skin Repair Cream. You can even see like the dust on top of these because I have not touched them. Then we have my Banana Boat Simple Protect Sensitive Face Tint. I keep saying I've got to use this up, and as I've said before, I'm terrible with sunscreen. This one is probably really heading to the point that the sunscreen is no longer, you know, viable, no longer working. It's probably expired, but I can't just throw it out. I feel like I need to at least try to get the last bit of use out of it. Then we have this Sunsilk Addictive Brilliant Shine Hair Gel. This packaging is disgusting. It's leaky, it's gross. I don't have heaps left in here. Like, I'm not going to tip it because it all just comes out, but there is not that much left in here. I really just need to get it done, son. Then we have the Dr. Teal's Foot Care Therapy Epsom Salts. I don't have very much left in here. I've probably got a foot bath or two in here. So I really need to get this done too, especially because my feet could go with some attention. I did have the Born Pretty Cuticle Guard on here, but I'm not exactly sure where I've left it, but I know I definitely haven't used it. Then we have these nail polish remover pads, and I have nearly finished these. So if I had used my nail polish just a couple times more, I definitely would have been able to get this one done. So I am hoping in the new year to get back into painting my nails on a more regular basis. Then we have the Avon Nailwear Nail Enamel. This is in Bare Necessity. Not much use here either. And the same goes for the CR Polish in Black. I haven't used this one at all. Maybe, nope, I've used it twice according to my notes, but that's hardly anything. Then we have the W7 Ready Set Glow Setting Spray. I actually finished this up today, which I'm happy to have this one out of my collection. It had these, I don't know if you can see that down in there, like this hollow, you know, type look to it. It was gorgeous in the bottle, but when I sprayed it on my face, it gives me this, you can probably see it, this real glittery, shiny look. And it's okay, but it just looks like I'm sticky and wet, and I don't really think that's the look that I want to be going for in the long run. So I'm happy to have this one done. Then we have this Rimmel gel eyeliner. This is the one that has dried up, and I was going to add some oil to it and hopefully get some use out of it. I have not done that. I've got the oil, I just haven't taken that next step. So that's something I do need to do. Then we have the Savvy Moon eyeliner in Moon. The Savvy eyeliner in Moon. I do enjoy using this, especially in my inner corner, to add some brightness. You know, it is what it is. It's going to be hanging around. Then we have this Body Shop lipstick in the shade Crush, maybe 101, Color Crush, I think that's what it's called. This is, it's seen better days. The packaging is falling apart. I don't have tons left in here. This was my go-to lipstick, and you might remember at the start of the project, I was talking about decanting this into another, like a lip balm type packaging, which I obviously have not done. However, I have been using this on a pretty semi-regular basis as a cream blush, so I'm happy to still be getting use out of this, even though it has seen better days. Then we have the Jeffree Star Velour lipstick in the shade Venus Flytrap. I've only used this once, and you know, there is a time and a place for lipsticks like this. Then we have the Essence Beauty Beats in Eeny Meeny. This is a very pink lip gloss. I don't mind it. I've used it a few times, but it still has quite a lot of product in here. And last but not least, we have this Kmart lip balm. It's definitely almost finished, but the packaging is falling apart. So I'm going to be very happy when I finish this one up. So that is out the door in 24. And last but not least, we have my Panicure project. This was also created by Deb B, like I said, link down below. And the concept was just me talking about the polishes I'd used every month. But that is also being done and dusted as of this video. Like I said, I'm not painting my nails. There's no point talking about something that I haven't been doing. So that one is also done, dusted, finalized.
So please, whatever.
You know the drill, like, follow and subscribe to keep up with what is going on my channel. And make sure to check out my Instagram. I'm also planning to ramp up my content on there as well. Let me know all your thoughts and suggestions down in the comments. And until next time, I'm Verity. This was a well overdue channel update and project finale. And now to the outro.